Hey, welcome to Dynamic Smears. I'm Hunter. I'm with my co-host Marcy.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Marcy.
Hey.
This is our Christmas episode.
Oh, shit! You're right. It's a Christmas episode.
It's December.
That December. It's the Christmas month.
It's the Christmas
every day is
month.
Christmas.
We got ourselves a present.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be, hopefully not a longer one as the last one. But
I hope not. I mean, I like talking about it.
Yes.
Dumb Rush was a lot.
You like talking, but it's tedious. That's a mood. Yeah. So, do you want to get right into it?
Should we? Yeah. Do you got anything else to say before then?
Do we? Do we have any announcements to make?
I don't think so. Or I don't know. We have our next episode to plan, but I don't know if you want to talk now or wait till the end.
Well, we'll wait till. We'll just say it now because it's Christmas. We got these presents in front of us, and we're gonna unwrap them. And we're watching both seasons of UFO for December.
Yeah, this is our treat to ourselves.
Knowing
not to say that the other enemies weren't a treat. Some of them weren't treats.
Some of them weren't a treat.
But yeah, we're both treating ourselves watching a show that we really dig.
Yeah, and we're just watching both seasons of it this month because we don't want to wait to do another podcast about UFO season 2.
Yeah, so yeah, we just kind of run it all through together.
Yeah, so.
Although the season could be broken up over 2 episodes, so.
Oh, you know what? That's an important thing to say.
Yes. We're only covering season 1 this episode. We'll cover season 2 next episode.
So. Ho ho ho. Let's get into it.
Alright. I guess I got a YouTube review.
What? So, hey Marcy, do you want to give the general information, what studio this comes from and who directed it?
Sure. Actually no. Maybe you can handle that better.
Are you also afraid to say this last name? Because that's why I was trying to push it to you, so I wouldn't have to say the last name.
I can do it. That.
Okay.
I just think but you could better describe the background here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say it for you.
No. See, now I gotta try it because now this is sticking in, and now
I
gotta do my best. So it's from 2015. It comes from studio Kyoto Animations. Which
our friends.
Are good friends because they've done a K-On! Nichijou, Chuni, Silent Voice. I could just go on.
Yeah, they're I don't know. They're that one animation studio for me where I'm just always curious about whatever they're putting out.
Yeah,
they have a vibe. All their stuff, they also vibe with me.
Yeah, that's kind of why we picked them for our Christmas episode.
Yeah. Yes, basically.
So this show was directed by Tatsuhiro Ishihara, who directed Nishijou, Haruhi, Chuni, Clan Dad, and the series director was Naiko Yamada, who directed K-On's Silent Voice and a movie called Liz and the Bluebird, which we may talk about someday. For some reason.
I'm gonna watch that.
We're gonna do a podcast just so you can watch it because I love that movie a lot.
I'm sure we'll have things to say about it.
Oh yeah, but it'll probably be more of a bonus one. But anyway,
bonus podcast. Get hyped.
My Sound Euphonium was based on a novel, and the original author was Ayano Takeda, and the writer for the season was Chuki Hanada, who I couldn't even write down all the other stuff he did because it's just a lot.
Just everything?
Like, all the shows that one director wrote. K-On!, a show from this year that I love called A Place Further Than the Universe. A lot. They've been a writer on a lot of things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So,
good for them.
That's the crew. And I'm just going to get right into the summary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hunter, please go over Euphonium.
Please explain to you what a euphonium is. What's a euphonium?
What is euphonium?
It's like
it's like a tuba, but not a tuba.
I was thinking like a horn, but not a horn. I guess it's a brass.
It's like part of the bass section.
Yeah. What's a bass? You have a music podcast.
Yeah. I'd never.
We open up at the end of a middle school band competition. Our main character, Kumiko, is happy her school has won dud gold. They won't be moving on to nationals, but they did good. Next to her is a classmate named Reina who's crying. She is so upset that she could die.
She's so sad.
She's so upset she could die. Reina wonders why everyone is happy when they lost. Kumiko asks Reina if she really thought they could win. Kumiko is now in high school. During the entrance ceremony, the high school band plays. They are hopeless, she thinks. In the class, Kumiko meets Hazuki, a cheery girl, and Sapphire, another cheery girl. They make friends quick. I skipped to the next one. They make friends quick and decide to see the school band. Sapphire wants to join. Kumiko does not. They meet... Yeah, no, she doesn't want to join. I wonder if she will. They meet Asuka, the vice president of the club, and the president, Haruka. Asuka is very outgoing, Haruka is kind of meek, and as they are visiting, Reina comes in, asking to join. While thinking about Reina, Kumiko's childhood friend, Suichi, shows up. He's joining the band. Hazuki decides to join the band, showing off her new mouthpiece. Kumiko teaches her how to use it, remembering how her sister taught her before. Kumiko decides to join the band. Kumiko wants to make up with Reina, but is bad at it. The girls pick out their instruments. All that matters is Hazuki a tuba, Reina sticks with her trumpet. Kumiko has played the euphonium but doesn't want to anymore. She still gets stuck with it. Also playing the euphonium is the vice president Asuka and a second year named Natsuki, who seems kinda distant. Kumiko reconnects with a childhood friend named Ao, who is a third year. That's the only name I'm having trouble pronouncing.
Aoi?
Aoi. Aoi, okay.
Aoi. It's like 3 syllables.
See, I didn't want to say Aoi because that doesn't sound right. Aoi.
I think that's how it's said.
Well, that's what we're rolling with. A new band advisor shows up named Taki. He asks the band what's their goal, to compete in nationals or just make good memories. Either is fine with him. The only person who votes not to compete is Aoi. Kumiko doesn't vote. A lot of people vote to compete without really thinking. Taki assigned an easy song for an ensemble, which everyone is frustrated by. No one really tries, and Taki says they are wasting his time. This stops band practice. Reina says, "Fuck you, everyone," then plays a trumpet on a hill by herself. Suichi hints at drama that happened last year, where a bunch of the then first years quit. Taki helps everyone practice, but kind of rude to some. Kumiko finally makes a connection with Reina by telling her that trumpet on the hill was cool. The band, fueled by their hatred of Taki, managed to play the song in the ensemble. The band is allowed to participate in Sunfest. It's like a marching band thing. They show off their new skills to all the other schools. One night, Kumiko and Reina were walking home. Kumiko lets out she's still not sure if they can make it to nationals. Reina smiles at Kumiko, saying that's just like her. Taki decides on the free piece for the competition, called the Crescent Moon Dance. It has a trumpet solo. A second year named Yuko gets mad when she sees Reina practicing it, because it will go to a third year player named Kaori. The band, now motivated, starts to practice more. Aoi quits at the middle of practice one day. She wants to focus on her studies. Taki understands but throws Kaori, Haruka, and Kumiko for a loop. We learn what happened last year. Then first years wanted to be more serious about the band. The third years didn't care about the band. We learn that Aoi, Haruka, and Kaori tried to unite the club. They failed and most of the first years quit. Asuka took no sides and never really cared. Haruka is having a crisis of band faith. Kaori cheering her up, saying she had the courage to step up when Asuka didn't want to. During this, Hazuki starts crushing on Shuichi. Hazuki asks Kumiko if she is dating Shuichi, which she's not. Hazuki decides to ask Shuichi out to an upcoming festival. But then Shuichi then asks out Kumiko to that festival. Trying to find a way out, she grabs the first person and says he's going with them. It happens to be Reina. Hazuki asks Shuichi to go, and he says yes, kind of because he's kind of pissed about Kumiko. Later on that day, Reina asks, "Hey, what time we going?" Sapphire pumps Hazuki up to confess. Okay. You ready, Mercy?
Okay. Is this?
What? It's the scene.
Is this? Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so
we have to wait to talk about it.
Yeah, but so if you don't know anything about the show, I kind of went into more detail about the scene because we're probably talking about it the most, maybe, and also it's kind of the origins of a lot of themes of the show, like where they just kind of lay it flat out, say, "Here's the themes." So I kind of explained a lot, and this is the scene I went in with for. Okay. Reina in a snow white dress and heels, important to the themes of the show, and Kumiko with their instruments hike up a hill. Reina tells Kumiko she has an awful personality, but Reina teasingly says she's drawn to that side of her. That Kumiko wears a good girl face but is actually distant. Kumiko asks if this is an insult. Reina proclaims it's a confession of love, as she wants to rip the good girl mask off of Kumiko. At the top of the hill, Reina says she doesn't want to be normal, she wants to be special. Reina asks Kumiko if she feels the same, to which Kumiko says yes. Reina traces her fingers on Kumiko's forehead, down her nose to her lips. You know what? I could probably skim some of this summary, but important. Kumiko thinks to herself that she could get sucked in. Reina announces she will become truly special by playing the trumpet. Kumiko asks if she really can. Reina reiterates that Kumiko has a terrible personality. Yep. Okay, back with the heads. Hazuki confesses. Shuichi says he likes Kumiko. Try to do a summary here, Mercy. Hazuki.
So nonchalantly, he's back with the heads.
Hazuki says she will support him like a tuba does, and get them together. Reina and Kumiko play a duet on the hill as we see Sapphire comfort a crying Hazuki. Hazuki apologizes to Kumiko. She's sorry for asking Shuichi out when Kumiko clearly likes him. Kumiko's like, no, but Hazuki's like, oh well, you don't even know your own feelings. Taki decides the band will have auditions to determine if you're in the competition. Natsuki has started to earnestly practice. Kumiko is worried about her being picked over Natsuki. She's right to worry, because that's what happens. Also, Reina will play the trumpet solo over Kaori. Kaori seems okay with it. Yuko is distraught, though. A rumor spreads that Taki and Reina knew each other before school started. We flash back to Kumiko in middle school, a senior screaming at her for not dropping out of an audition and letting her have it. Natsuki meets up with Kumiko, saying there's no hard feelings, that Natsuki didn't really care until a couple months ago. Natsuki writes in Kumiko's music sheet, "We'll play together next year." Yuko confronts Taki in the middle of class about the rumor. It's true, their dads knew each other, that didn't change anything, he said. Reina declares everyone knows why she was picked, cause she is the best. Yuko just starts yelling in Reina's face. Kaori screams to stop. Reina thinks Kaori was complaining about her, and Reina tells her to complain when you have surpassed me. Reina walks out, Kumiko in tow. Reina drops her mask, yells out she can't stand them, hugs a surprised Kumiko, asking if she did the right thing. Kumiko agrees that Reina was right. We learn Reina's dad's a famous trumpet player, that Taki's dad's a famous conductor. She only came to the school to follow Taki because she loves him. The band comes to a complete standstill over this. Kumiko asks Asuka what she thinks. Asuka reveals she doesn't really care who plays what. Kumiko thinks to herself that Asuka's mask is too thick to peel off. Taki decides to hold another audition in front of everyone, and the class will decide. Kaori asks Asuka how she sounds, to which Asuka refuses to answer. Yuko is having a hard time accepting that Kaori would lose. She begs Reina to let her win, saying that Kaori was better than anyone else last year, but due to seniority, didn't get any parts, and this is her last chance before graduation. Reina has 2 more years. Before the audition, Hazuki tells Kaori that Asuka is coming to cheer her up, but Kaori just wants to surprise Asuka once in her life. Reina has second thoughts. She will be the villain if she loses. Kumiko says she will be a villain with her then. Reina asks Kumiko if she will stay by her. Kumiko replies that Reina can kill her if she leaves. Kumiko claiming that is her confession of love. The audition happens, the votes will be decided by claps. The girls play. Reina is clearly better, her sound resonates through the whole auditorium. Hazuki and Yuko clap for Kaori, Kumiko for Reina. Technically, she has more claps, so Kaori will play the solo, but she rejects it, saying Reina is better. Yuko cries out as she remembers how Kaori told her how much she loves the trumpet. Back to practice. The competition to decide if they will be going to nationals is coming up. Kumiko is having trouble with a specific part, but she practices until she bleeds. One night, walking home, Kumiko meets Aoi, asking if she regrets quitting. Aoi replying she didn't have any reason to play. Kumiko starts to take the UFO home, her older sister clearly annoyed. Kumiko remembers how her sister quit, just like Aoi. Taki asks Kumiko if she will be able to play the part before the competition. She will be, she says. Reina tries her best to support her. Kaori wishes Asuka would help Kumiko more. During one practice, Taki asks Kumiko to stop playing. That night, Kumiko runs across a bridge, screaming she wants to improve. Shuichi hears her and shouts that back too. Kumiko yells out she is so upset she could die. Kumiko finally realizing how Reina feels. Kumiko's sisters ask her why she's still playing. Kumiko replies that she loves the euphonium. Kumiko forgot her phone and goes back to school. Taki and her talk. Taki says his dad used to teach at the school before Kumiko gets the wrong idea. Taki tells her that's not why he picked the school or became a teacher. He decided because he liked it. Kumiko says he understands. Sometimes you only do something because you like it. Taki asks her to practice the part more, saying he hasn't forgotten what she said. It's time for the competition. Shuichi reassures Kumiko giving Shuichi a fist bump. Asuka says it's a little sad that it's all about to end. Kumiko refutes it won't. We're making it to nationals. The band plays, and Kumiko nails the part, and the competition ends. The announcement is made. The band won gold. They will be moving on to nationals. Everyone is crying and smiling, besides a noticeable Asuka who looks down in disappointment. Reina hugs Kumiko and they lock hands as our season ends. That's the show.
You did it. Alright.
I
Where
did.
can people find you?
You can find me at LightSpeedWagon on Twitter. And if I listen to all that and decide that goes on too long, I did a summary and I may cut it.
Okay. And you could
Yeah.
we'll
see. We'll see that.
It's feedback for ourselves.
We'll see. That went longer on than I thought it would.
That was not 4 minutes.
You know what? Everything always. You know what? It always goes on longer than I think it does.
That's just our motto, isn't it?
The problem with sound euphonium is I care too much about it, and I wrote too detailed.
That's fine. I mean, it's good to care.
Like, I don't know, when we do Angel Beats, that's gonna be like a half a page summary, probably.
The cat out of the bag there, huh?
Wait, is that our next show?
No.
Is that in January? I don't know. I was just thinking about a show that I don't care about that we may do someday.
You haven't seen it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna write half a page of summary probably, and it'll be like, blank happens, then blank, and then blank, and then blank, and then blank. The end.
The end.
Angel Beach.
Find you.
You can find me at LightspeedWagon on Twitter. There I do nothing. Where the fuck do we start?
Where? I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Okay, do you want to run down main characters quick, maybe? We can't start there. We can't start where you want to start.
I know. I don't. Okay. Okay. No, we can't. No, we're not gonna start there. Not gonna. Okay. Okay. How about this? Let's talk about. Okay, let's talk about the two supporting friend characters that are in the show and like get screen time, but yet don't.
I thought you wanted this podcast to be short. We could just skip over nothing. We can skip over stuff that doesn't matter.
We should just acknowledge them. I think we need to acknowledge like the people that don't show up as much before we get to like, you know,
okay,
the characters the show actually focuses on.
In the Arms of an Angel, these are characters that will be forgotten. Hazuki is okay.
Hazuki's cool.
She plays the tuba.
Yeah, she's tuba kid.
I wish she would be honest with herself more. Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's like her thing is like she like just starts putting on a mask, saying she's okay that she's gonna pair up her crush and Kumiko, which she's not happy about that. She just wants to be with a boy.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone else is gonna be with a boy.
Oh, she has her moments and like
she's nice.
She has her moments in the show. Most of like she got like her own, I guess her own episode, but like it wasn't like
yeah the only episode
relevant to the rest of the show. But like it was just about she needs to get good at the tuba.
The only episode that I completely skipped in this summary.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good. It's an alright episode.
It's fine.
But like,
remember
in terms of like the overarching narrative of the show, very little petty.
Remember when she ate the corn dog?
She ate the
corn dog really fast.
Should we talk about like her thing in like episode 8?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I really like that part. I mean, episode 8's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, I think the ending is really amazing where she runs up to Sapphire and she's like putting on like the most fake smile. And Sapphire, it's this very stern face. Like you don't hear this conversation because Kumiko and Reina's duet is playing over it. And like Hazuki is like trying to put on a happy face, and then Sapphire just says something, and then Hazuki just breaks out crying.
Yeah, it's.
And then Sapphire just goes over and hugs her.
Yeah, poor Hazuki.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I would.
Yeah, like I don't want to note that like they kind of like Doni like set up for like her crush on Shuichi was like I think it was like 2 like glares or something.
She was coming off the train with the tuba, and then he picks it up, because she was about to drop.
It's like they locked eyes, and she knew from there.
He had a corn dog in hand. Shuichi's just half his scenes. He's holding a corn dog. And then, like, when Hazuki gets broken up about it, there's a scene later where he just holds the same corn dog and eats it in one bite because he's so sad. Poor Hazuki.
Poor Hazuki.
Sapphire.
Sapphire. Good pal.
Moving on.
Her real name is Midori, but everybody calls her Sapphire.
No, her real name's Sapphire. Everyone calls her Midori. Or she wants to be called Midori.
Whatever. I wish she got more. I wish she got more things. Isn't like her main crisis is that she's just trying to? No, it's Hazuki. She's trying to roll like a little like a tuba in like one of those gacha machines. Yeah,
she wants all the gacha instrument pals, and she likes music, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a nice scene in I think it was the 2 episode where like was it Asuka makes Kumiko dress up in like a tuba costume.
That was episode 6.
Was it 6?
Because that was
no. I said no. I said it was that episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was to try to cheer up.
Sapphire is a good gag character.
Yeah.
That's about all I have to say about her.
I wish I don't know. I know you kind of want to know, like, the shows, like I don't know, like the marketing of the show and like the openings and endings prominently feature them.
Oh yeah, like it's like
and like they're there a lot, but like they don't got a lot going on.
Nope, and they get even less to go on, and they even get less. So this is the last time we will ever be talking about them.
We'll see.
Rest in peace, Hazuki and Sapphire.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Okay. Do you want to talk about Taki? Maybe that's where we're related to.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about Taki. Let's talk Taki about Taki.
You start. You're starting because of that.
God. So he's a very. How would I describe him?
Hot. It's a funny joke. It's a funny running joke of everyone saying he's hot and then Kumiko saying, "Is he?"
Yeah, that was really.
Oh, I get it.
What?
Okay. Sorry, I'm going on a small tangent here.
Okay. Oh gosh.
I read some interviews before this, and I sent Marcy.
Are you bringing up those now?
Yeah, no. There was like a bit that I sent you that was just funny about one, where the original author says, "I always thought Shuichi was ugly." But they always drew him so hot. Is that the joke? Is the joke
with Taki?
Yeah, is the joke that Kumiko just likes ugly boys?
I don't know.
Like, is that the joke that Shuichi, she's more into like the most boring cracker bland boys on the planet?
Maybe.
I read it as that Kumiko's gay, but okay. We're too early.
We'll get. Okay.
So sorry. I just brain genius there, and I'm like, oh.
What was the fucking nickname Taki was given?
The cute meddling demon.
The cute meddling demon.
Taki's cool.
Taki's cool. I don't know. The band hates him.
I mean, they grow to love him.
Yeah, obviously, but at the beginning you just hate him because he's like
really mean.
Yeah, calling people out. I was like, hey, you over there, do that thing again. Do that part. Hey, you fucked up. Hey, do it better next time. If you aren't good at it by like a week or so, I don't know what to say. You should just be disappointed.
I really think that more people should have quit the band.
I mean, yeah. A lot of people stuck around, didn't they?
Yeah, like
I don't know. Yeah, people like really didn't like him. But like, I guess they stuck. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would have made. thematic sense.
I mean, there's this one scene that's like in very specific where Taki just talks down a third year, like and saying you spent 3 years and this is as good as you are. There's, I mean, okay, so like there's that scene in the very beginning when Taki is like, "Hey, do you guys want to make memories? Or do you want to compete in the competition?" And he knew what everyone was going to pick.
Yeah, he says that.
And it's just like he's almost using these students for his own benefit.
Oh, oh, I don't know. Yeah, like he gives them the choice, and he's like they pick nationals, and so it's like, well, you fucking strap in, y'all.
Strap in. Everyone's gonna hate me.
I'm gonna fucking train you as hard as possible, and if you're not up to it, then put for shut up. I don't know.
And he isn't like the stereotypical like I think the one that most people will probably think of now is like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. Like
he's not. Yeah, I was like afraid like I would get like abusive, like verbal abuse stuff.
No, he only yells at them once in the whole show. But also that makes it scarier because he's just the most calming mean in the world.
Yeah, like he's not mad. Like he's just, you know.
He got mad the one time during the Reina stuff. Like so, Taki. Remember, there's like a scene when band practice was stopping because no one was happy that Reina got the solo. Then he goes in and just starts yelling at them to put the stuff back.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think something to point out with Taki is that he's really young.
Yeah, like his backstory is like he's like the son of another famous music instructor.
Conductor.
Or conductor. That's what I meant to say. And like, yeah, it was like what episode was that? Because it was like when Kumiko needed to grab her phone back and describing it.
12 or 11.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, because, like, yeah. He was saying how, like, he didn't want, like, originally he didn't want to take that job. Like, he didn't want to be the same role as his father, but, like, so yeah, there's that scene where Kumiko goes to, like, try to get back her phone, and, like, Taki's there, and they talk some, and he's just, describing how, like, his father was a famous conductor, and, like, he originally didn't want to have that job because I forgot if he said why. He said he didn't want it, but like once he got into it and he learned to like conducting and like liking conducting and music and all that, like he figured that like it was for him and he kept doing it, and now he's teaching his band here.
Yeah, there's also like a mysterious photo that he looks upon on the final episode and says, "I'm doing it for you."
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that, and yeah.
So like maybe there's other reasons, but he does like it.
Yeah, and like the message Kimiko gets that because like that's the episode where she's having a lot of trouble, like nailing just one part of like her UFO.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And like basically she gets the message after. Through that is that if you like doing the thing and like you have passion for it, then like you'll get through it, I guess.
Or the lesson I took from that is all you need to do something is to like it, and that's a good enough reason. Like sometimes you don't need like specific like a motivation besides I like it.
Yeah.
Because like every other character around her pretty much has like a motivation. Like Asuka, or Reina does, like I want to be the specialist in the world, and Kumiko just learns to accept, oh no, I just like this, and that's good enough.
Yeah, and like she had to remember during like all her like practice and like her like really beating herself up over not being able to like nail the thing. It's like, oh yeah, I enjoy doing this. This is a thing I like doing, and I keep doing it because I like doing it.
She likes the UFO.
Yeah, she likes the UFO.
Um, yeah. But like also like there's something that I like that comes across with Taki is that he's a new teacher. Like this is his first time teaching really, and it's kind of clear throughout the show that he's maybe not the best teacher sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, by the end, of the show, everyone's like looking up to him. It's like, yeah, you steered us into the right direction.
Oh yeah, he's like an amazing conductor, but maybe not. Like the scene like if Kumiko didn't go back to get her phone,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
what would
Right.
happen to Kumiko? Because Taki and like when he says, "Hey Kumiko, stop! Hey, stop!" She just is so distraught, and Taki didn't take her aside and like, "Hey, I know you can do it. It just maybe stop for like today."
Yeah. Not a lot of encouragements.
Yeah,
It's just I expect you to be at this level at some point, and hey, if you get there, that's cool.
like he really trains them hard, and I'm not sure if that was the right thing to do.
Uh,
Sometimes,
yeah.
I mean,
It worked out sometimes. It worked not so much other times.
do you have anything else to say about Taki, or should we just kind of move from there to talking about Aoi then? Because that kind of leads
Uh,
into that little arc.
sure, yeah.
I'm not sure how much we do have to say about it, but it's like this nice little arc of like, well, yeah, Taki wasn't right sometimes. Like, the band isn't the most important thing to these characters. Like, most of these characters in the show aren't going to move on to be professional musicians. So, like, why are these characters working hard? And then one character's like, well, yeah, I'm quitting then.
Yeah, so like Aoi is like it childhood friend of Kumiko?
Yeah, they lived in the same apartment building, I think.
Yeah. So like yeah, so they knew each other and then Aoi she was a third year, right?
She was a third year.
Yeah. And yeah. At some point like during there she was like, well, should I be doing this? I'm going doing cram school stuff and that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I should be focusing on that. And then she just does that. She's just like, hey, I'm done. And like everyone's like stunned.
Yeah, because, like, why would he quit? And it's, like, the most simple reason in the world. Well, yeah, I gotta study. Yeah.
You know, like the rest the other like the other parts of school, like where like, everyone's doing school stuff, not touched upon that much.
Yeah. They take midterms once, and it's not I think, oh god, Kumiko has, like a monologue internal thing that's like, I did, I did good enough to where everyone's not disappointed in me, but not enough to be proud of myself. It was, like, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so, like, yeah, they go to school, but, like, Taki even says there's a line like, yeah, I'm getting some heat because I'm making y'all practice so much. And which makes sense because, like, Hazuki isn't going to become a tuba player professionally. Like, Kaori isn't. Like, the only like, I could probably say there are, like, 5 characters in the whole show, maybe 7, who are going to become professional musicians after this.
Yeah. I mean,
Out of,
like
like, 60
I don't know.
students.
I feel like I don't know. Their goal, I know they have that goal in nationals and stuff, but like, uh, I don't think that necessarily has to preclude that like they become professionals by the end of it. I think like that could be like a goal for just some like a personal like goal for someone's like, hey, I did this thing that really challenged me,
Oh, yeah. Like,
like,
that.
and I overcame it.
That's Hazuki. Like, that's Hazuki's character. Like, I just want to do this and become good at it to show myself I can.
Yeah,
Like, is he going to buy a tuba once he graduates? Probably not.
but like, hey, she did the thing.
Yeah. And, like, C is actually a great example of, like, here's one reason to do it. But also, like, everyone's just so weirded out when she Aoi quits. It's like, well, no, I'm studying.
Yeah, I think like the club president's like really broken up about it. Like, well, I mean, we'll get to the other stuff, I guess.
Yeah, probably right after this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything you want to touch on more with that? I think it's worth mentioning. I think it's, like, a really good episode when it happens.
Yeah. I don't know if I have much else more to say.
About, yeah. I think she is effective of like reminding Kumiko about her older sister and all that, and like getting Kumiko that push to realize, hey, why is he playing?
Yeah,
Yeah, because he likes it.
because she likes it.
Good enough reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about? Or sorry, you go.
Okay. So are we talking about to get the schism, I guess, of the year before.
Oh yeah, okay, we can go into that.
Yeah. Is there a character Natsuki?
Natsuki. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's someone that like ties into that.
She's the one who reveals the full story.
Yeah.
To the three girls. Yeah, so it's pretty much just like, oh, hey, some people, did I say that in the summary?
I think you did.
Okay, yeah, I wrote it in there. I don't remember it. It was so a blur. It's already a blur. Yeah, it's just like, oh, hey, first year's wanted to practice more, third year's just wanted to chill and eat snacks and kind of play. And so that caused a lot of people to quit, and then like Kazuki, Kari, and Ari says, well, we're going to be centralist, and we're going to bring both sides of the aisle together. And they failed. Damn. Centralism really does be like that.
I want to say, like,
mm-hmm.
I feel like these are, like, things that in maybe, like, other stories, like, it would be, like, less dramatic, but because it's anime, it's, like, the most dramatic thing. And, like, everyone's, like, really broken up about it.
Well, I mean, I think the novel is like this, too. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, because this is what's important to these characters at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. I think we can watch tons of, like, kids' sports movies. Like, I don't know. Do you want to watch The Mighty Ducks? I'm sure they're broken up by, like, something that happens in it.
And, yeah. But
I think...
I don't know, because, like, if people, like, murmur about it, it's like, oh, like, I hope this isn't like last year.
There's, like... I mean, do you want to watch Riverdale? Like, this... I think this is, like, more common than you think.
Okay, maybe it is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying that, but, like, I think it's just high school in general.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know. I just... Yeah.
Because everything feels like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it is, and like that does make sense to some characters. Like, oh yeah, this is like a thing that these characters are still hurt by when everyone quit. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to talk about Haruka quick? Just get her. I got like a thing to say about her.
Okay, I don't know. She's the club president.
She's nice.
She's nice.
I don't know.
How do you describe her?
Meek.
Meek?
Meek.
I feel like I don't know exactly what meek means, but I feel it.
Kind of small and a little bit weak-willed. I think. See, I kind of want to talk about her just a little bit because I think it sets up Asuka really well when we talk about Asuka.
Yeah. Of course.
I don't know. Like Haruka, like kind of stood up and become club president because no one wanted to. And I think Haruka is having the same arc as like Aoi, except Aoi wasn't the club president. Like,
yeah,
we never get an answer on screen of like why does Haruka play. And I think the end result is just to keep everyone together, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean she does a good job of it. She once she realizes that she knows it.
Yeah, she does have like that arc at the same time episode of like, why am I playing? And I guess it was just for the band. And like her character is like, oh, I do care about people, which is a good counter to Asuka. Asuka sucks.
Like I know, but like I don't want to admit it.
Asuka's like the most selfish human being in the world, and she's great.
She's so good.
Oh yeah, she's
one of my she's one of my favorite characters. Like just to like watch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like from like I don't know. You've like told me that she's gets talked about more in season 2, and I'm like really curious.
Oh yeah, like I don't think right now is the time to have the big Oscar conversation, but I think now is the time to have an Oscar conversation.
About what do we touch on then?
Uh,
Just
I don't know. I just think like I think that's one of the biggest things that I got coming back to season one is noticing Oscar more and thinking about her more as a character. Because this season does set up a lot of stuff to come with her. Like I never
yeah,
noticed.
I
Sorry,
could see that. Yeah.
like I never noticed at the end of the show how disappointed she looks when they win. Or like I never really truly thought about that line with Kumiko and her where she says, "Oh yeah, it's really sad. This is about to end." Like Asuka is a character who wants everything to fail, but she will not push it to fail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, she was like when like she was like talking to like Kumiko and Kari. Yeah. Like she was talking like she was like, hey, talk about like their like trumpet like they're like who you think's gonna make it, and she's like, I don't really care. Yeah.
It was a really kind of chilling scene because Kumiko has to pry it out of her, and
Yeah, and like she notes that too.
she just feels like really cold to it. And Asuka's like, I just don't care about anyone here.
I'm curious to hear more. It's so troubling because I really like her outward personality and like
I mean,
you know
but that's her
I know
mask.
I know. I wish it was more genuine. I guess
I'm gonna talk about Reina quick.
because
No,
good
no,
luck.
just in contrast to Asuka. Like I just want to point something
Okay.
out because I had it's like Reina and Asuka are almost the same character switched. Like Reina's mask is very cool and collective and calculating, but when she takes it off, she just starts yelling and it's fiery as hell, and like a shit disturber. And Asuka's mask is like very outgoing and she acts like she cares, but she only cares about herself. Like Reina says, I want to be special for me and only me, but Reina so deeply cares about the band in a way. Like she 100% cares about going to nationals and all that.
Yeah.
Like she is so upset she could die, but then Reina is just like, oh no, I only care about me and making myself special. And Asuka's like, yeah, let's do it, everyone, let's go. And then, but Asuka doesn't really help anyone and just kind of goes in the corner practicing Euphonium to help herself. And I thought that was like an interesting flip that I never noticed before.
Yeah, it's interesting when you point it out there. I'm curious about season 2.
Yeah, and I also think that's interesting because I think Reina and Asuka are the two characters Kumiko gets closest to in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, we'll talk about Asuka a lot more in season 2.
Tune in next time for that.
So, but I think it's like we're probably worth talking about. It was worth talking about her a little bit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything else mentioning her that we could say happened in season 1?
Well, the audition. I think that was the final thing, and then I think we were gonna get into the fucking meat of it.
Okay.
Not the two audition episodes are my favorite episodes in the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess like it goes back a lot to like the Taki stuff of like, well, what does it matter? Like, does it matter more that everyone is happy, or does it matter that we win? And I guess at that moment, the band does kind of. The band never really decides, right? Because the band votes for and Kaori to play the solo. And she's the one that decided, no, it's more important that we win by letting Reina play because he's so much better.
Should we talk about Yuko
Yeah.
in relation to this? Yeah, we should talk about Yuko in relation to this.
Do you want to set up Yuko?
So yeah, Yuko, friends with Natsuki and like Kaori's her senpai, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, she I guess supportive friend, but in this case, I guess with Kaori a bit too. What's the word I'm looking here?
Yuko or Kaori is Yuko's idol.
Yeah, because Kaori's third year. Is Yuko's first year?
Second.
Second? Yeah, that makes So yeah, she'll accept him. She wants him to do really well. Doesn't like Reina.
Yeah, that makes. I get it. I get why you don't like Reina.
Yeah, so like, there's that. When does she really come in? Like, is it the first audition when Reina gets picked? and then
Yeah,
Yuko's like stunned about it. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
you could kind of been in the background, like, because they do set up like, hey, Rana's kind of practicing the solo, even though why would she play it? She's a first year.
Yeah,
Yuko has
yeah,
ribbons.
and Yuko, she's got ribbons.
Yeah, that's important. That's very important to me. Defining character trait, ribbons. I did not.
So,
Fuck.
so yeah. Yuko's like really broken up about the like when Kaori doesn't get the. No, she makes she get the solo, right?
No, Yuko does. No,
Yeah.
Reina does.
Yeah, like no, I mean like she makes the she can compete in nationals, so she get the solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, what? Oh no! And then like, what was the episode like
The number?
where she's? Yeah,
Um, 9 and 10. Those were the 2 solo episodes. The audition episodes.
yeah. So like, I don't know. She's like trying to. Yeah, like yes, I remember. She was like after the audition, she goes to like Kara's like, hey, don't hey, you did good and stuff, and there's like, please don't be upset, don't, please you're good, don't beat yourself up over it, and Kara's like, yeah, I'm fine, don't worry, I accept it, and like Yuko doesn't really let that go, and it kind of just builds up until like later when Taki announces the second audition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, because like it's the second part. Like I guess the other part relation to this is when those rumors start.
Yes. Which were true.
And they were true and not true.
And I mean, no, they were 100% true. Like, they knew each other before.
Like I guess like him and her dad, like Reina's dad, are close.
Reina's dad and Taki's dad, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like they knew each other, but like, Taki is is adamant. It's like that doesn't like there's no bias in my vote there. It just happens to be like that.
Which is true too.
Yeah, and again, true and not true. But like the like the band is like really like, he's like picking favorites here. Ooh.
Yeah.
And like it's like a big like drama thing, and like the second teacher, I guess, like confronts him about it, I guess.
Or the second teacher kind of
like
gives him a wayward tip, because it goes back to him being kind of new at teaching and not like maybe the best thing to do wasn't to have a public audition.
Yeah, that was his choice, right? Because
yeah, he decided that.
No,
or wait, no, he kind of decided it, because the whole thing at the end of the episode is like Kaori is like, no, I'm cool with it, but she wasn't. She was not cool with it at all. She like, because he really wants it. And then at the end of the episode, the whole big thing is Taki's like, anyone who wants a second audition gets it. And then she's the only one who raises her hand, and she got the strength to try again.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about the first audition and how like I like I don't know, that like he's like this is like first year going around, so like so like he sets up an audition for everyone to like, and whoever like makes it, and like that's for like all first, second, third years, which before like it was mostly just third years that made it because
it was seniority, like, because right now there's like 60 something members of the band, and you can only have 55 members. So it used to go like, well, if you're first year, you just may get left out. But now it's like, no, best of the best wins.
I think that was set up so Kimiko could be in the show.
I mean, that just goes with Taki's whole like everything.
Yeah, but like it has to be like that. So like the show exists.
I mean, we also got that whole like small arc with Natsuki. Like, I don't think that was like a plot of convenience.
No, it wasn't convenience, but like it was like a necessity.
I mean, we could have a show without Kumiko in the band, but
I mean, yeah, but like Kimiko's a new character.
Yeah, and also like I think the auditions are really good to set up drama, because like let's say there's another like next year, like does like I don't know like if it happens like in the new movie that's not out, but like I'm invested in seeing like Natsuki like try again. I'm invested in Hazuki maybe making it to the auditions.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, will Reina keep the solo? Oh,
Anything can happen.
I don't know.
So yeah,
I could just see Yuko like fucking practicing for a year straight off camera and saying, "I'm gonna fucking beat her." Ugh, that'd be great.
okay,
Yuko beat Reina up.
okay. Let's talk about that. So Taki says, "Okay, we're doing a second round auditions for anyone who wants them." I forget who raised their hand. Was it Yuko or Kaori?
No, it was Kaori. Because Yuko couldn't raise her hand. Like,
Oh,
that was the whole.
yeah.
That was like, oh yeah, I'm going to put my destiny in my own hands.
Yeah. So yeah. I think throughout the episode, Yuko is with Kaori all the time, trying to give him encouragement, trying to help him out.
Bad at it.
Yeah. And then at one point, she just confronts Reina in a classroom. It's like, hey, I need you to throw this for me.
And she wasn't like that was the first time she wasn't mean. Like she like bowed and begged.
Yeah. I was like, oh no,
because
yeah. It's like,
yeah, Kaori didn't want like support from Yuko. She wanted support from Asuka.
Yeah, and
Asuka just didn't give it.
When did the thing happen?
The confession of love?
No, the part where Yuko just speaks up, throughout with the band
9.
around 9. No, I mean
I mean, they're just like setting up one day, and then Taki and then Yuko raises her hand, and like, "Hey, is that rumor true?"
Oh yeah, doesn't he ask if how many do you believe in this rumor?
The what?
Oh no. I know. Okay, no, because I think Aoi is speaking to class and says hey, don't believe in this rumor. How many believe in it? And then Yuko raises her hand.
Haruka is.
What?
Haruka is because Aoi quit.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, sorry, I get names mixed up. Yeah, She goes how many believe in this rumor? And then Yuko raises her hand along with a few other people, and then Taki walks in and hey, what's this about?
Yeah. What's this mutiny? Is there a mutiny on my ship? God. Yeah, and then everything just kicks off.
Yeah, and then Yuko's just yeah, it's hey, you're fucking picking favorites. Just yelling about it, and then Reina come back at her is hey, I'm just better than her. She get on my level.
She's right.
Yeah. I think that was Noman is well, yeah, you didn't have to be that about it.
And that's Reina.
I know, I think I messaged you. I was oh yeah, she is kind of a dick. Okay.
Yeah, Reina's a dick, but she's great. She's the one who just plays the trumpet to get everyone to focus on her and then flips her hair. It's great.
Yeah. And then
yeah, but
I don't know. I forget if anything else happens in that one moment, but and I don't know. I think Kari's pissed, or she's broken up about it.
Kari just it's kind of broken up because he doesn't want Yuko to yell in her defense, and Kari just is a character who won't defend herself.
Yeah,
because she is mad about all this.
Yeah, and then the second edition happens, and
do you want to talk about, okay.
What?
Let's not talk about Kumiko's Reina scene.
No, I just
no, but I'm talking about let's just talk about the second audition.
Yeah.
Maybe let's move on to Kumiko and Reina.
Yes. So yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I like how no one votes. No one is willing to be the villain. Besides Kumiko. Hazuki gives a little.
Yeah.
But Kumiko is
she's yeah.
That's not the smartest thing to do on the.
That's my girl. Yeah.
That's her.
But yeah, Kaori gets it, but then she refuses. It's I'm gonna let Reina do it because she's the better one. And then just Yuko just balls out crying.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah. Poor
Yuko.
Yuko?
Yeah, Yuko's great. We're gonna
Yeah.
not get like an arc with her, but Yuko is like a character that will get a lot more screen time.
Yeah.
In a way. With her like girlfriend Natsuki.
Okay, yeah. Good couple.
Kinda. Remember when she gave her the ball?
I do, I think.
And it was like a huge that was good.
Okay, is it time?
Yeah, it's not.
Fuck. Where do we start?
I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna just lean back.
Alright.
Move my chair around. Get comfortable. Think about. It's been. Fuck.
Fucking.
I've been waiting 2 years for this.
Since we figured out we want to do this, you've been telling me. I was like, I'll get ready.
This, I don't know why. I think we should have spent less time, because now I'm worried this is going to be a 2-hour podcast, and we've only been recording for an hour.
Let's just go. Let's get into it.
Where do we start?
How about when Reina walks into the band room? You remember that? She walks in, and then Kuma's like, ah!
She makes a huge, like, face, and then just runs out of the room almost pretty much when she sees Reina. Okay, I got it. I got it. So, at first, Kumiko is afraid of Reina because it's the opening scene of the show, where she thinks, like, Reina just hates her because she spoke her mind. And let's just end the podcast. Yeah, I feel the same way. I want to yell out. I want to burk out. I want to burk out my true feelings. I'm with you.
Now, hold on. Okay, I'll be back for a sec.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take a breather.
Okay.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
We had some deliberations. We had some talks. We figured out how to approach this
Tetris Effect
subject.
Game of the Year.
Tetris Effect Game of the Year. Game of the Year. Game of the Year. Game of the Year.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because I'm trying to buy us time. Okay, so let's talk about Kumiko. Let's just hey, if you know anything about Sound Euphonium, we're getting into it now. Kumiko has a terrible personality.
It's just yeah.
No, she's great. Kumiko's great.
She's great, but like she's kind of meandering through things.
Oh yeah, that's her character though. Like her character is I meander.
Yeah.
God, if we feel this way talking about these two girls, how are we going to feel when you do the Ava episode you want to do?
Shut up. Don't.
I am pinning that on you.
We'll figure it out. This is practice, okay?
I think okay. So Kumiko has a terrible personality. Her whole thing is like she tried to act kind of like polite, but she just lets her like thoughts kind of go out of her mouth, like what she's really thinking. Like, oh, they suck, like the band sucks, or like I don't know stuff. I know you disagree with me, Marcy.
What?
I think we need to just go into the mountain.
Okay, can I just mention like the early parts between Kumiko and Reina for like.
Yeah, if you have a good lead-in besides what I have, then let's do it.
I just think. I don't know. Kimiko's afraid of Reina for like a few episodes early in the early parts, and like I don't know. I remember watching it and like I read it as like could be read as a crush thing, but it didn't need to. But I read it that way because I wanted to.
There's that scene early on where Reina leads her outside, and Kumiko's like, I'm just going to die here. And it cuts to like Kumiko's face, and she's like blushing, and her eyes are like squiggly, and it looks like, I don't know if it's either anticipation or fear.
I think it's fear.
I think it's both, but okay.
Yeah.
Leading to some stuff later, I think Kumiko wants a pretty girl to kill her. Let's get into it. Let's just fucking do it.
Okay.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Gay.
Can I mention the triangle for a small bit before like, oh my god, my Audacity's speaking like she's crazy.
Yeah, it does sound like it.
Well, hope the echo's okay.
It's fine because you're editing it. No, you're not.
Okay. Can I just mention the triangle? Or like the beginning of the episode?
Episode 8, yes.
Yeah. We can I don't know. What's her name? Hazuki. Okay, that's what I thought it was. I just wanted to be sure. Yeah, Hazuki. Yeah, Hazuki wants to go to the festival with Shuichi, but then Shuichi wants to go to the festival with Kumiko. And then Kumiko's like, "Oh, what do I do?" She draws. She does a triangle. She does a triangle with like attraction here. She's like, "Oh, what to do?" And then like a random like confrontation. It's like I think it was with it was Hazuki, right? It's like what do I do about this? And it's like, are you going with Shuichi? He's like, oh no, I'm not going with her. I'm going with this person. She like reaches like puts her hand out and her hand catches someone and it's Reina.
That whole scene, it was actually Shuichi. Shuichi asks her out, and then she's like, oh no, I can't do this to Hazuki. So she just grabs her Reina and says, I'm going with them. And then Hazuki walks out. And then Hazuki's like, hey, do you want to go to the festival with Kumiko and Reina there? And then Shuichi's like, oh, you're okay with that, Kumiko? You really okay with that? Are you going to miss out going to the festival with me? The most popular boy in the school?
You should say that.
And Kumiko's like, yeah, I am. And then Shuichi's like, okay. I'll go to the festival with this tuba. Shuichi doesn't say it like that.
Not at all.
He doesn't have that an ounce of that he can't act that much. But anyway, the whole scene, the rest of the scene is Kumiko just is holding on to Reina. And then the scene ends with Reina just looking over to Kumiko. And then the next part of the episode is Reina going up to Kumiko as they're leaving. It's like, hey, what time we going?
Kumiko's like, what? It's like, yeah, we're doing this, right? Where are we going? What's happening?
Because earlier in the episode, Shuichi is looking at Kumiko, and then Shuichi just kind of looks around, and then Reina is looking at Shuichi, looking at Kumiko. Because I think Reina wanted to ask Kumiko out. That's why Reina was God.
That's
fucking. We gotta talk about Shuichi too, but that's just gonna come with this.
I was gonna get it over with before we started.
No, I think that'll come up.
Okay.
Fucking, we're dumb. We should have just started with this.
No, I like this lead up to it. It's really dumb.
This is not dumb, Marcy. This is all that matters. We've spent 15 minutes just like talking around this. Okay.
Alright,
the mountain. We're just gonna get into it. We're just gonna get fucking into it. Let's do it. So Reina shows up in a snow white dress.
Yeah. Kumiko's like, whoa.
Whoa, and heels to hike up a fucking mountain with their instruments.
It's like, yeah,
we're
hiking up this mountain.
Yeah.
Kumiko's like, why? It's like, don't worry.
No, Reina's like, well, I'm special, you know, like, you know me. I'm special, and I'm so crazy. I do weird shit, like, you know, hike up mountains in heels. I'm so special. I'm gonna put this on my Instagram. Fucking Reina. Ugh, poser. Ass.
I was gonna go like line by line about this scene.
We can't go. We could. Well, let's go open my summary where I did go into scene detail.
Okay.
This is the worst. I can't believe we're like fucking getting this.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's do it.
You do it then.
Fuck, no.
Remember when Reina Kumiko asked, "Hey Reina, you're hiking up a mountain heels, does that hurt?" And then Reina's like, "I like the pain," and then Kumiko's like, "That's hot." What the fuck up was up with that?
We might know.
I don't know. Girls can't be date, but like
Fucking
like, okay, one other side. I'm not gonna bring it up, but what's the quote in the interview? What's that quote? Like, what's the word that they use?
Fellowship.
No, sensually. From her point of view, she sees Reina somewhat sensually, but that's a characteristic shared by girls too, right?
Yeah, it's girl things.
It's a girl thing to fucking one of them say I like pain and the other one say, hey, that's hot. It's just girl things.
Girl things.
You know what else is a girl thing? Telling a girl they have an awful personality and then saying that is my confession of love.
Can we mention how like Kumiko like on this hike up is like very is it no confused is not the word. What's the she's like doesn't know what to make of it?
Oh no, yeah, Kumiko's just confused the whole time, but kind of flirting.
Kind of, I don't know. She doesn't know it. If she like,
we need to just describe the scene, and I think we need to fucking just talk about our feelings. But like to Reina's credit, or like to the credit of people who maybe aren't into this, like Kumiko does, like, oh, you're just kidding when she says it's a confession of love. And it's never, that part is never expounded upon. But so they get to the top of the fucking hill, right? And it's just like, you should watch this scene, because one, it's a beautiful scene.
Yeah, it's so... Oh, you mentioned the fucking scene before this. No, it wasn't, not in this episode. The hair flip.
Oh, you just want to talk about how good that looks?
Yeah, I just kind of mention how fucking good that looks.
It's like the first time that Reina smiles at Kumiko, and she just turns back and like flips her hair, and it looks amazing.
Oh my god! It's so... yeah. We haven't mentioned this. The show, fucking gorgeous. Like.
Oh yeah.
Like. God, I don't know. This is part of KyoAni is like everything you do is like beautifully animated, and like.
Or like, directed. I would say even more.
Animated and directed.
Like I don't like. Yeah, like I would say directed more because there's like in storyboard and all that. Like there's like so an emphasis on the show with focuses on cameras they play around with a lot, and I love that. But yeah, but they know the scenes. They know. Yeah. And the color lighting and stuff.
I remember seeing like a gif of that scene when it was like airing, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this looks so good.
It does.
All right, let's go back to it. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
But like, no, one more thing with the hair flip is that as soon as Kumiko sees it, she's stunned and just doesn't move, and Reina just walks away. And then Kumiko's like, oh, that mysterious smile. So on the top of the hill. So, like, Reina gives her whole speech about not wanting to be normal. She wants to be special. She wants to not only hang out with people that interest her. Like, she wants to be better than anyone else in the whole world. Which, one, that Reina's a poser. She's great, but she's a fucking poser. Cause Reina, like, just hikes up a hill in a fucking Snow White dress, for fuck's sake. Come on. But Kumiko is 100% sucked in. Because, like, Reina's, like... Because Reina's dress is, like, fucking, like, fluttering in the fucking...
It's, like, glowing.
Wind.
It's, like, literally glowing.
It's glowing. Because the festival lights are behind her, and her dress is kind of like a light blue. and it's kind of coming through, and she just looks to Kumiko like you want to be special too, and then puts her fingers on her forehead, and then traces it down her face until she gets to her lips. It's a lot.
And yeah, at that moment, Kumiko says,
just girl things.
Kumiko says to herself, like, I wish I knew the exact wording, but like,
I'll just open it up quick. You talk about the scene.
She says something to the amount of, you know, if I died at this moment right now, I'd be okay with that.
So, did you know about the scene when it was coming?
I vaguely, I knew, yeah, like I knew about it, but like seeing it played out, yeah.
I didn't know, and I was just jaw on the floor, like, what the fuck are they doing this?
It's a really good moment. It's like moment of the show. You think? I mean, I think of that in like one other moment.
No, this is like the defining moment for Kumiko too, because this was what spurs her to do a lot more.
Yeah. I just think of another moment.
Like, this is like the biggest scene in the show, not even just for Gay, but like just for Kumiko's character.
Yeah.
I was about to get stuck. I got to open up. At that moment, I felt like I wouldn't mind losing my life. But then when Kumiko does just respond with her terrible personality, you really think you could become special with the trumpet? And then Reina says, like, oh, you do have a terrible personality. As she sits down and her dress kind of... It's a lot. It's a lot.
So much.
I think we need to... I think...
And then... Oh, no.
How do you... Let's get into it. Or do you want...
No.
Actually...
What?
I think we maybe talk about our feelings, and then we bring up maybe the second confession.
Okay, no, I do want to mention the part where they just like, because they hacked up and brought their instruments with them, and so like right after that they play their they play.
They take off their shoes and play their instruments.
Yeah, take off the shoes, play the instruments. All the credits roll, and like just looking over the festival. And so during that one, it's also that's part of the one scene where Husky and Sapphire meet.
Yeah.
We totally skipped over the part where Husky got rejected.
No, we talked about it. We
mentioned it, but I don't know.
That's fine.
But yeah.
With No mercy. Fuck it. No, this is where the podcast is. Every other character is dead.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about how we feel about them. I'm just fucking cutting through the meat.
Okay.
What is Reina's and Kumiko's relationship to you?
I know I want it to be, but
that's fine.
I don't know if it is.
How do you see it as a fan of? Because you know how this ends, but as a fan, how do you see their relationship? And how do you want it to be? I thought going in this would be our best podcast, but this is the most self-indulgent podcast ever.
It's great. The silence speaks a lot. It just...
Do you want me to go first? I kind of want to get yours in.
Like, they should fucking be a thing. Just let them be a thing. Like, don't like. It's so obvious. Like everything that leads up to this and everything after, like just the text of the show and.
Well, okay, you can't say this text. You can't say the text,
and
because we know the text.
We know but you know what I mean.
The subtext.
There's subtext and there's text, I guess.
Why do you think Kumiko and Reina should date?
fucking like I don't know. Like I feel like maybe Kimiko's is like really dumb because she kind of is, but like I don't know. Like when you're like on the hike up and you're seeing how Reina talks to you and like that confessional love part, like get it through your head, like
Well, Kumiko's first reaction to the confession of love was like, "Oh, you're not serious."
and then
Like that's what she says.
but like she like realizes it later.
That was Kumiko's own confession. Okay. Let's talk about that scene quick. So this is before the second audition. Reina is having second thoughts about, beating the senpai up, and beating her up. And Kumiko pumps her up, saying, I will stand up with you. I'll be with you forever. And I'm gonna repeat this. I don't have it open. I know it in my heart. Reina says, will you stay with me? Kumiko will. I will. Will you abandon me? Reina says, I won't. If I do abandon you, you can kill me. Then Reina's like, I will. And then Kumiko is like, I know you would. This is, after all, my confession of love. And also, unlike the mountain scene, where that, I could see Reina's being played off as a joke. I really could. Kumiko and Reina are an inch apart in their faces, and their hands are on each other's cheeks, and it's a lot. And that is like a physical intimacy.
It's fucking.
There's so.
Okay, like. It's like, oh, okay, so like I don't need. Okay, so like I don't know. I've been down this road before. I think. Kind of.
Well, with who? That's like actually interesting.
I mean,
thing.
I don't know. I just think about the fucking Uranus discourse.
I mean, Uranus is way more explicit than this show. They bought fucking rings and they kissed on screen.
I think my thing to say with that is like I don't need I've really enjoyed that stuff. Like it was really good. But like I don't necessarily need them in every single story.
Okay, I was about to say you don't need that.
I don't need them in like to like confirm things for me. Like some things like it's just there and like you like the show accepts it and it's just there. But like
yeah, like it's great. Yeah.
Like, I don't need to say like hey. I don't need them to say hey we're going out. Like I don't need that.
Yeah, Yeah, okay, you're nice. I kind of disagree with you because I think those two characters need to be going out for fuck's sakes.
No, yeah, Jesus I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying like, no,
they bought rings.
Yeah, I know that. I know. Look,
I know. You know. Why am I telling you?
Yeah, fucking have thoughts. Okay, but it's like like for like with like this anime like I don't necessarily need those things, but like I just wish I don't know, like I feel like those moments should be enough in themselves to like satisfy that.
Can I cut in?
Sure.
I think I know how to get. So I watched this show 2 years ago.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
A lot.
I'm aware.
I'm with Mercy in that I don't need this in like most any shows. Like I think legitimately, honestly, that fandom has a problem in any like most fandoms with pairing characters up. Like characters need to be together romantically, and I think that's really dumb. Like I think like stories need to put more emphasis on friendships instead of romantic friendships, and that fans in turn should treat those as valid as like romantic relationships. This show goes and like yeah, I do have like other ships that I'm like really into and like, but like I don't know, like Rico and you and Sunshine will never end up together, and that's fine. And they're just good friends, and that's just fine with me. And there's like other things that I'm like okay with not accepting as fact, because that's how you function as a fan and a human being. You can't be mad when the anime boys or girls don't kiss. this is a pairing that I felt very strongly about for years, because I feel like it's text almost.
Yeah.
And spoilers for everything that comes after season 1. Kumiko ends up dating Shuichi. And that's so strange to me, because I think we're going to get more of them in season 2. And season 1, it just feels so disingenuous. And I'm okay with Kumiko and Reina not ending up together. Honestly, like, that may be like a more interesting story in itself. But I just think it's so like, there's a term that people use in the fandom for the show called queer baiting, and this show is not queer baiting at all.
I thought about like those words came into my head, but like I don't feel that.
I think that's an awful term to put on the show, and I think it's a very common one. And the show is not queer baiting.
It's
at
not.
all.
No, there are other shows you can pin that on way more than this.
I don't even like the term queer baiting.
Yeah, I mean,
to be honest,
I get where it's coming from, but
I get where it's coming from a little bit, but I think that's just I don't like the term, and this is probably the show I hear it in with the most. But a part of me does feel it's so strange to not like Reina. Like I can kind of fuck with Reina not being in love with Kumiko. I think that's a thing that I feel it could be true. But Kumiko like not having feelings for Reina is so strange to me. Because I 100% feel that. I think that's 100%, to me, in my heart, that's a real thing that Kumiko feels for Reina is love, in a romantic sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, I was like telling to you, like, fuck, do I really want to talk? Okay. Oh no, when you tell me about, like, the part where, like, there's, like, that movie, and, like, it's gonna be all about, like, her and Shuichi. And like,
well, that's a part of it, yeah.
But like, I kept telling you over and over again, like, why this boy? Why this?
Yeah, and I would be more, and like, of course, like, I would be more willing to like just let, oh yeah, this is my like back of my head fandom ship. If the show fucking leans into it more, they have a scene at the end of episode 13, and that's like fucking it.
It's so
fist bump.
It's like, what's less than vanilla? There's like it's like so like, I don't know, there's that scene where like they're like across the river and like they play like instruments to each other, but like that, like, who cares?
Yeah, like they're fucking who cares? Like the whole thing is like Kumiko, like that's her mask, is like I think is like she's not really honest with her real feelings about Shuichi. But
like Kazuki teases her about it. But like, where is it? Where is it?
We're in it. Like, it's so weird, because the other thing is, I would be more into that too if we don't get constant internal dialogue from Kumiko. We constantly get, like, her thoughts throughout the show, and it's so weird for her to never think about Shuichi in the show.
Yeah, like, she's just...
And it's like, yeah, I'm of course fine. Like I'm a fucking human being who's a fan of tons of things and does like pairings and like fan fictions and comics and stuff like that. But it's so weird. Like I see this relationship almost as like, I think I'm gonna save this a little bit because I think this actually implies way more to a relationship in season 2 of the show. Okay. But to me, with Reina and Kumiko, it's like two people who don't have the language or ability to understand that they like each other and they should start dating.
I see, like, that's so cool. That's so cool to me. Like, that's a cool dynamic. I think like that's a cool, interesting dynamic for a relationship.
And for like teenagers to be like not like honest with their feelings, like they're honest with their feelings, but neither one of them kind of can move past that next step. And that relationship is just kind of like in this weird middle state where they flirt all the time. And to me, like almost like I kind of almost want to have I almost have a reading of the show that Reina is using Kumiko sometimes for herself, because like I don't think Reina's love for Taki is disingenuous at all.
No,
Like
I didn't read to me as disingenuous.
No, like she 100% loves Taki, but that's also like a schoolgirl crush.
This is high school stuff. It's in like there's nothing more than that. If it was anything more than that, then we'd have more suspicion.
I'll have more to say about Reina and Taki next season. Like not again. Don't worry. Don't fucking worry. I'm not. But I think the ways that Reina sometimes talk about Taki is really interesting.
Yeah, she
always, also talks that.
No, she always mentions how it's like, hey, don't talk shit about him. It's like he's doing all
Taki
for
Sensei's
us.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
Yeah, he's doing so much for us. Be grateful.
But no, I mean even with Kumiko, there's like scene where she's telling Kumiko she likes Taki, and she makes a very specific point saying it's not like, it's love. And it's so weird for her to specify love when like the episode before she says I love you, Kumiko. Or like this is a confession of love. And then to have that conversation lead into Kumiko's confession, which is 100% is genuine. It feels so like genuine of an actual confession that I love you and we should start dating. And I'm very interested in that Reina rejects her without rejecting her. Like I think that's an interesting thing too. It's not brought up.
It's so weird because like it's so good and nice to see, but also like my head just like spiraling, just like thinking about like what any of this means like in the show actually.
I mean, okay, I think it's time for me to bring up the interview.
Okay.
So this was an interview during season 1. It wasn't after or before. Sitting down was both directors and the original Arthur, or I always have a problem saying that word, and I think that's funny. So this is Yamada. From her point of view, she sees Reina somewhat sensually, but that's also a characteristic shared by girls. Takeda, the original author, in almost every work, not just novels, there's so many that put romance above fellowship, aren't there? I wasn't satisfied with that. So I wrote this work thinking of making a fellowship above romance. It's just as Yamada-san says. Reina is a bit sensual from Kumiko's point of view. It's something characteristic that a girl would sense and describe. If a man were writing it, wouldn't it be more like a lusty wolf coming out? In this world, there's so much that doesn't just move because of love for love's sake. Suichi is special as well, but for Kumiko. Reina is depicted as a presence that is above him, but before Kumiko met her. He may have been her special guy, but now her relationship with Reina is internal. It's not just those two.
Eternal!
That type of relationship is throughout this entire story. I wanted to sell fellowship as this vastly important thing that gets cultivated by mankind, depending on each other working hard. So, like I said, I think we need more emphasis on friendships being as important as like romantic stuff. Like I think that's a very big problem with a lot of fans and fandom is that, well, the end goal for these things is they must kiss, which is dumb.
Yeah, they don't even need to kiss. Like they don't.
But that's like my euphemism for like, no, they need to be in a romantic relationship.
Like you don't need to like show us specific things, but like.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying let the high school girls kiss on the screen for me.
Yeah.
But sorry, the kiss. I meant kiss like in a romantic way.
I thought for like almost a second during that second, like confession, that it almost happened. Like I thought for a second.
Yeah, I can see why.
They're just like face to face, like so close to each other. Like just looking, like straight into their eyes. Like
there's,
and like it's like you said before, it's so like genuine.
There's one more part of this interview I want to read. Okay. The character's distance is a bit different than in the novel. How did you think about that range? The male director, Reina in the early stages would touch Kumiko like point during the entire conversation. and then Yamada. Additionally, we really paid attention to the imagery, paying attention to the distance up between them. And I think there's like a very good bit. I lost this bit, honestly, but I think there's like a very interesting part of this interview too, where they talk about physicality between them and how that's important, just not for friendship. Like, that's a thing that friends can do, is touch and hug and do that. Because I think that is portrayed a lot in like fiction as like only romantic partners can touch. But also, it's so genuine from Kumiko's side, in a way. And it's so weird to not confirm it, but to treat it as more than just friendship from Kumiko's part, because I really do feel that way. Yeah, I like the idea of physicality between friends.
Yeah.
Of like, we like the end of the show is them holding hands. Like, that's like one of the final shots. Like, that's like the second shot of the whole show, like final shot of the whole show. And
that was a really nice moment.
Yeah, and that betrays like a closeness between them. But also, a fellowship isn't, and also, so I'll put that interview in the show link, because there's a lot of interesting stuff in it, actually, besides that. Like, just, like, there's a lot of stuff also just about, like, oh, hey, we originally wanted more gags, and here's some storyboards and stuff. That was translated by Ultramax on Twitter, but I don't want my friends to touch my forehead and trace it to my lips, I guess.
You messaged me the exact same thing. I feel like...
I did, because, too. And yeah, they don't end up together. That's a thing. Like, that's a thing that's fine with me, but it's so weird to me to tweet Shuichi like the end.
Okay, I'm gonna admit here, I've admitted to you before, like,
yeah?
I am, like, partially the defender of, like, some head chips. Like,
me too,
those head
of
canon
course.
chips, they're so obvious and baked into the show, and some of them have been, like, so boring, but, like,
yeah, of course.
I'm the person that still gets stuff out of them.
Yeah, I do too. Of course, I get like stuff out of romance.
Yeah, but like, what?
He's so boring.
What's nothing?
Okay, so like, yeah, he's like, fucking boring ass boy.
If
they need to portray some sort of closeness to them still.
There's nothing there. I mean, there's like, they only, like, they're just treated as childhood friends throughout the whole show, and it's like nothing more than that at all.
We're gonna get more of them in season 2, so I don't want to get like deep into Shuichi and Kumiko's relationship, because I think, but it's just like nothing really.
It's not exciting.
I don't need exciting. I need like genuine. I'm gonna go back to that word, like genuine, in a way.
Oh, I think also, like, I think for me, interesting from a storytelling perspective.
Yeah, and it's not at all.
Like, fucking, like, I think in other animes, I'd be fine with, like, oh, she goes out with a childhood friend. Like, that's fine. Like, I think that's kind of, like...
Yeah, it's fine.
That's, like, sweet in all respects to me. Like, I get it. But, like...
He's boring.
Like, you got Reina there. Like, look at her. That's, like, much more interesting a story to tell. And, like, so much, like, more dynamic relation storytelling you can have there.
Exploring Kumiko's, like, even, like, Kumiko getting over Reina, because he, like, maybe says, oh, Reina's not for me, or Reina is too fascinated with Taki. Because, you know, like I said, Reina's a poser. I can see why someone doesn't want to end up with Reina. It's just... And also just the way the camera frames them. Like, just the lighting, just the romanticism in those scenes. And it just doesn't come that way for Shuichi at all. And it just sucks. I don't need this story to be romantic, because that's not like the core of the story is about romance and Kumiko finding love. It's about, you know, her becoming a better self.
I don't know. I mentioned this to you also, but like Kyoani did like the childhood relationship thing already, and like Tamako Market.
I
I mean,
mean,
like, obviously different,
look, everyone does.
obviously different shows, but like they're like relatively close to each other, and like
I mean, I think you would say like more. Like, I would be interested in watching that, like knowing Yamada is a part, like a headliner on that.
like I don't know. I watched that. They did the childhood relationship thing. They made a whole movie out of it. But like even before the movie, like there's build up to it. There's establishing things.
We got another season to watch.
I mean, like yeah, like, I'm just saying from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But also Tamako can have one season.
Yeah. This is the moment. This is our moment.
Yeah.
This is the most fucking wishy-washy. Not wishy-washy, but like it's a lot.
It's a lot. You fucking like taunted me with this one, but like before we even started, like before we even like thought about doing Soundphone, it's like I mentioned up. It's like, hey, you want to do Soundphone once sometime? And you're like, I don't know. You got it's a lot.
Okay, I teased you because I thought that'd be funny.
Fair enough. But
like, yeah, friends can tease each other. Friends can say to each other, "Oh yeah, you're cute." Like they can compliment each other.
Yeah.
But every time Kumiko does it, it seems like more. In a way, I think it's like really admirable to say, yeah, this friendship is above a romance in the story too. But every time Kumiko thinks about Reina or talks to her, it just comes off like a bit more. And I wish they maybe did sit down and had a talk.
Yeah.
There's a reason why this is a very popular pairing, and I think it's very important for us to maybe just not say, "Oh, it's gay." But I think this is what I wanted to do, was like really kind of dig deep into this, and I'm happy we did. But I'm trying to figure out what there is more to say besides that Kumiko loves Reina and wants to date Reina.
Oh, is there anything else more to? Okay.
We should end it.
Oh, okay. No, I wanna wrap this up and like tie into like season 2.
We didn't talk about the competition. There's not much to say about it.
I mean, I don't know. I think that stuff was really good. I really liked when like things come together.
Yeah. Did you like the music performance?
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a personal fan of like all people's hard work goes into this thing and they fucking nail it.
Yeah.
Personally satisfying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So leading into season 2.
Yeah. So like, okay. What do we take away from all of that going into next season? I mean,
you tell me, because I've seen next season.
That's true.
I got something I want to lead into season 2, but I want you to definitely go first. And also, I want to know what you know about it.
Because you've told me what stuff to expect ahead of time.
I hope I didn't tell you too much.
No, because you've told you told me to expect more Asuka.
Yeah.
Some more Suichi, I guess.
Yeah, a little more.
That's most of what I know.
And of course, like Mizori and Nozomi get introduced in next season. You know. The main characters will listen to Bluebird.
Oh, that too. Fuck. Yeah.
They get introduced, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to season 2. I mean,
okay, going this, yeah. Tell me. Sorry, you go. You didn't even go. You just were silent for a minute. As I said, you know. If you know, you know.
I was gonna make that joke.
What are you taking going into season 2?
I want to see if it develops any more, if at all.
Kumiko and Reina?
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect it to, but I just wonder how it's touched upon. What if at all.
I mean, of course, they're still friends. Internal.
Yeah, I wonder how. I wonder how like they start interacting with each other like on a more regular basis because I do expect that
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna get you hype. I'm just gonna kind of let you down easy. There was no episode 8 equivalent.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, of course. Like, I think that is actually an interesting thing for you to look into, because now they are more relaxed as friends.
Yeah, I'm actually very relieved about that. I feel like there's that tension I got, and
Cause
now it's
yeah,
being let go, and like they see each other as like budding equals, and not equals, but like
Reina thinks he's better
no,
than
yeah,
Kumiko.
yeah. Like I just I'm just wondering how they play out now.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Anything else that you want to talk about, like going into season 2, and then maybe I'll set it up a little bit.
I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to more Asuka and knowing how terrible she is.
Yep, she's a character.
I'm
Um,
curious. I wonder.
we do get a little more Asuka in season 2, just a little.
She's that. I don't know. She's a favorite of mine. Before I even started watching, just her look.
So going to season 2 is, I think, some stuff that I kind of want to set up for you. Is right after this, production began on A Silent Voice, which is the Yamada movie in a lot of teams. And then and this show. So there is definitely less people working on season 2 of this show.
I wonder how that plays out, or like I wonder how I see it play out there.
There's definitely less staff, but I think it's like still there's no equivalent to episode 8 also in prettiness.
I mean that's fine. As it happens.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like it's still a great show. I remember, and also this time is season 1 of Euphonium was adapted when there was only one novel out, and then when it was announced to make an anime, the novel was made more because of that. She was asked to make more, and it does feel that way in some aspects. There's like an interesting thing with novel 1 where she said something about, I foreshadowed things knowing I probably wouldn't make another book. Because she thought she just likes to do that. And some things she didn't really have reasons to. And also season 2 of Sound Euphonium adapts 2 novels. So the first half of the season will be one novel, and then the second will be the third novel. And I just think that's important to know because the pace of that show does feel that way too sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, again, you mentioned before, like I don't think Chris. Like, and the sibling out. Another thing I was curious about that you mentioned already is how it's the characters from Listen to Bluebird get like introduced in like our characters, kind of.
That's what I'm most looking forward to easily.
Yeah, because I hear a lot of good things about that movie, and I want to see how that relates to the show. If I say if at all, but
Oh no, of course, 100%.
yeah, I want to see how how the story of the show compares to that movie, and like if like how.
Wait, do you know the movie takes place after season 2?
I mean, I didn't know that, but like
it's not a retelling of that story.
I'm just curious about like how those. What am I trying to say here? How like what the connection is? I guess how are those characters introduced? How those characters play out? How do like the main characters in the show play out? If they even show up in the movie,
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I saw Liz in the Bluebird already. It's an amazing movie. I really we're gonna make time to do like a bonus podcast. It's definitely gonna be a shorter one. Cause
she's probably more straightforward.
No.
Okay, well,
that's a Yamada movie. That she just goes in and I know I keep on bringing it up. There's like an interview, and one of the author described her as this weird art student. And she shows up and she makes a whole movie, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Okay, I'm looking I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think. God, this was a weird podcast.
That's a weird one.
Weird energy.
Weird hurt. We went in, like, not sure where we'd end up, and I don't know if we're even sure where we ended up.
I think we felt more confident going in, and then I think we did. I think we got our piece out. I think we said it. The next episode will be Sound Euphonium Season 2.
I'm sure if I have no feelings on things, they'll come out in the next episode.
I feel like we're going to end the podcast, and then an hour later, we're going to have like 50 messages of stuff we wanted to say, but we need to end this sometime.
Yeah.
And good, we have 2 more podcasts to talk about this. So this big franchise.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry
Christmas. Where can they find you?
This is your gifts. We're sending this out. We don't have any money, so
This isn't your gift, audience. This is our gift.
This is our gift to ourselves. And hey, if you want this to be your gift, then sure. You hear us talk have very tense conversations about Sound Euphonium.
Did we have intent? I just thought it was more weird flex.
Weird.
You hate that term. I love it.
No, it's good. It's just like my ruined it.
Yeah, weird. Mary, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Cinemarcy. I tweet there sometimes.
My new favorite bit in this podcast is me reminding you have another podcast.
You're right. Yeah. Another podcast you can listen to. As of this recording, there's not an episode yet.
Someday.
I don't know. We're kind of like in a small break here for holiday reasons and stuff. But
yeah,
we'll get back to it when we can.
You should listen to the 2 episodes that are out.
Yeah.
And rate it on iTunes.
Yeah.
And you should also rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, we're both podcasts on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow us on iTunes. Follow the podcast Twitter.
Subscribe.
Oh, I didn't even say the name of the other podcast. How'd Be That Gay. That's where you can find my other podcast I do with my other co-host, Gal Haley.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But you should follow me at Hunter's podcast Twitter at
Don't call it my podcast Twitter.
It's our podcast Twitter.
Yeah, you said you have a login. You can make shit posts on it anytime you want.
Yeah, I should do that more.
Yeah, make more shit posts.
Yeah. At Dynamic Smears, go follow it. We tweet there sometimes.
We'll try to do it more.
Yeah. We need to engage with our audience,
All 6 followers. Yeah.
Build
God, this was a weird fucking energy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can follow me at Lightspeedwagon. I'm looking forward to us deciding later we have more to talk about and then strapping another 2 hours at the end of this. But if we don't, then that's it. Anime.
Say 私たちが心を奪う